In the broad panorama of ancient narratives, the story of Dinah, Jacob's only daughter, stands out for its depth and complexity. Recorded in the scriptures, her journey blends innocence, betrayal, and an intense quest for justice that culminates in severe vengeance. Beyond pain and violence, a reflection emerges on honor, family power, and the delicate line between justice and retaliation. What begins as Dinah's curiosity to discover her surroundings quickly triggers a series of events that will forever transform her life and that of her family. Driven by a restless spirit and an insatiable curiosity about the world beyond her family's borders, Dinah decided to explore the land of Canaan on a clear and sunny morning. The region, known for its fertility and cultural diversity, offered numerous opportunities and hidden risks for someone who, until then, lived under the close protection of her father Jacob. Dinah, perhaps seeking identity, or simply desiring to experience freedom and the vastness of the Promised Land, traveled unknown paths with watchful eyes and an open heart. However, the vastness of Canaan also hid unexpected dangers. In a nearby village, without realizing that her steps were being watched, she crossed paths with Shechem, son of Hamor, the local leader. This seemingly casual encounter would deeply mark the destiny of Dinah and her entire family, triggering a series of events that would change history forever. Shechem, a figure of power in the local community and son of Hamor, was known for his authority and influence in the region. Upon seeing Dinah, he was immediately attracted by her appearance and purity, characteristics that sparked an immediate and, unfortunately, inappropriate interest. Attempting to win Dinah, Shechem approached her in an insistent and aggressive manner, disrespecting the boundaries and dignity of the young woman. At first, Dinah may have tried to resist or turn away, but Shechem's persistence culminated in an act of violence that would echo throughout Jacob's family. This tragic event not only left deep marks on Dinah, but also brought unwarranted dishonor to the name of her father and brothers, provoking feelings of indignation and the need for retaliation. The combination of physical aggression and disrespect for family honor created an environment of tension and conflict that would require drastic responses and change the course of the lives involved. Even after the act of aggression, Shechem showed no remorse or understanding of the gravity of his actions. Instead, he proposed forcing a marriage with Dinah as a way to repair what had happened, demonstrating a total lack of respect for her feelings and dignity. This proposal came accompanied by negotiations led by Hamor, Shechem's father, who sought matrimonial alliances and the expansion of family lands through marriage with Jacob's family. However, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, realized through the underlying intentions that this agreement was nothing more than an attempt to dominate and exploit their family. Feeling deeply offended and determined to protect Dinah's honor, they decided to act to restore family dignity. This decision propelled a chain of events that would lead to brutal vengeance, demonstrating how the quest for justice can, under certain circumstances, slip into violent retaliation, affecting not only those directly involved, but also the entire surrounding community. After the traumatic incident involving Dinah and Shechem, Hamor, Shechem's father, realized the need to resolve the situation in a way that would preserve his son's honor and ensure the continuity of social and economic relations between the families. With this intention, Hamor returned to Jacob and his sons to initiate negotiations. He presented proposals that included matrimonial alliances, suggesting that Dinah marry Shechem, thereby creating stronger ties between the two families. Additionally, Hamor offered to share lands and resources, promoting a peaceful and mutually beneficial coexistence. Jacob, devastated by the dishonor inflicted on his family, patiently awaited the return of his sons before responding to Hamor's proposals. This wait reflected not only Jacob's personal pain, but also the need to carefully evaluate the intentions behind Hamor's offers. The subsequent negotiations would reveal the true motivations of Hamor and Shechem, triggering a series of events that would lead to profound consequences for both families. Simeon and Levi, Dinah's protective brothers, were determined not to accept any form of subservience or domination imposed on their family. Upon analyzing Hamor's proposals, they realized that the requirement to circumcise all the men of the city was a crafty maneuver to integrate the Canaanite community into Jacob's customs, but also a veiled attempt at control and cultural assimilation. Recognizing the need to protect Dinah's honor and ensure the sovereignty of their own identity, the brothers imposed the condition that the entire male population accept circumcision as a prerequisite for any future alliance. This demand was significant, as circumcision was a fundamental rite of passage for Jacob's sons, a symbol of their covenant with God. Imposing this condition served as a test of loyalty and respect for family traditions. Hamor and Shechem, believing that this requirement would facilitate integration and strengthen ties between the families, promptly agreed. They returned to the city with the promise to fulfill the condition, convincing the inhabitants to submit to the ritual, hoping to ensure union and peace among the peoples. With the completion of the circumcision after 3 days of intense pain and physical vulnerability, Simeon and Levi saw a strategic opportunity to execute their vengeance. Armed and determined to restore their family's honor, they coordinated a surprise attack during the night. Taking advantage of the debilitated state of Shechem's men, who had not yet fully recovered from the painful procedure, Simeon and Levi led a fierce and relentless assault. They invaded the city, eliminating all inhabitants, including Hamor and Shechem, leaving no survivors. This massacre was carried out with terrifying efficiency, reflecting the depth of pain and indignation felt by Dinah's brothers. The speed and brutality of the attack ensured that no significant resistance could be organized, resulting in the complete devastation of the community. The Bible recounts this event concisely but powerfully, highlighting the ferocity of the vengeance and its devastating consequences. Subsequently, Jacob's other sons joined the plunder, taking cattle, wealth, women, and children, leaving the city of Shechem utterly ruined. This violently retaliatory act not only directly affected those involved, but also had lasting implications for Jacob's family and relations with neighboring tribes, setting the stage for future conflicts and challenges. The brutal vengeance of Simeon and Levi generated profound repercussions within Jacob's family. Despite their intention to protect Dinah's honor, the violent action triggered a cycle of fear and insecurity for all family members. Jacob, already shaken by the incident, began to fear retaliation from neighboring tribes who might view his son's actions as grounds for conflict. This internal tension was reflected in an atmosphere of anguish and constant concern. Jacob severely reprimanded his sons, expressing his fear of the future consequences that could affect the entire family lineage. Tension increased as Jacob sought a solution to ensure his family's safety and prosperity, leading him to seek divine guidance. This period of uncertainty and fear highlighted the fragility of alliances and the importance of measured actions in the face of conflicts, impacting family dynamics and reinforcing the need for leadership and spiritual direction in turbulent times. In light of the grave consequences of their actions, Jacob felt compelled to seek divine guidance to lead his family on a path of peace and renewal. In a moment of deep reflection and prayer, Jacob had a vision in which God instructed him to leave the city of Shechem and head to Bethel, a sacred place where he had previously experienced divine presence. This divine direction represented a new beginning for Jacob and his family, symbolizing the need to move away from vengeance and seek a more harmonious relationship with God. Acting on the revelation, Jacob gathered all family members, promoted a process of purification, and prepared for the journey to Bethel. The departure marked the start of a new phase in Jacob's life, where faith and trust in God became fundamental pillars to face future challenges, ensuring divine protection and the continuation of the promises made to his ancestors. Shortly after the departure to Bethel, Jacob's family faced another devastating tragedy: the death of his beloved wife, Rachel. During the birth of his youngest son, Benjamin, Rachel suffered complications in childbirth that resulted in her premature death. Rachel's loss was a deeply painful blow to Jacob, who had spent 14 years of his life marrying her. Jacob's mourning was immense, reflecting Rachel's importance in his life and in the heart of his family. To honor his wife, Jacob buried her near Bethlehem and erected a pillar to serve as an eternal marker for her tomb, as described in Genesis 35:19-20. Rachel's death not only brought personal sadness to Jacob, but also impacted family dynamics, forcing him to balance his role as leader and protector amidst times of loss and uncertainty. Despite the grief, Jacob continued to lead his family, strengthening his faith and determination to follow the path laid out by God. Although Dinah's presence is not highlighted again after the events in Shechem, the tragedy she suffered left deep marks on Jacob and his sons. This incident highlights the tragic consequences of excessive vengeance and violence, shaping the family's destiny forever. Jacob, now known as Israel, continued his journey with ups and downs, maintaining unwavering faith in his covenant with God despite the challenges faced. Dinah's story serves as a powerful reminder of the repercussions of vengeance and the importance of seeking justice with mercy. Simeon and Levi, by defending their sister's honor, allowed anger to cloud their judgment, resulting in a violent response that brought further suffering to the family. This narrative teaches us the crucial difference between justice and revenge, highlighting the importance of dignity, respect, and family responsibility. Furthermore, Jacob's and his family's journey illustrates resilience and the quest for redemption, even in the darkest circumstances. The lessons drawn from this ancient story continue to resonate in our contemporary lives, emphasizing the need for balance, forgiveness, and the pursuit of a more harmonious future, guided by faith and compassion. If you enjoyed this engaging story about Dinah's journey and the lessons of honor and justice, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you don't miss any new content. And of course, leave your comment below sharing what impacted you the most in this narrative of faith, courage, and redemption. Until next time,